Hi, it's Gina. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're back. Welcome to our Facebook Live for Science Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, I try to answer your questions about our results, about genetic ancestry tracing in general, about what to expect, how the testing works, all of those different things. So I have a couple of things to talk to you today about. The first one is we get a lot of calls from people who want to use results they've gotten from another company. They want us to interpret the data that they've gotten from one of our competitors to tell them where in Africa they come from, because of course the competitors don't tell you where in Africa you come from. So we can use data from other companies, but it's limited. So I'm going to tell you exactly what we can use. So if you've taken a test and you have a mitochondrial DNA sequence with mutations, we can, and you have a haplogroup of L. We talked about haplogroups last week. You can look in our archives to see the explanation of a haplogroup. So if you have a mitochondrial DNA sequence with mutations and haplogroup L, then for a discounted price, you can send us your data and we can tell you not just what you already knew, that your ancestry was African, but the present day country in Africa as well as the ethnic group. So do you share ancestry with the Tikar people living in Cameroon today? Or do you share ancestry with the Ewe people living in Ghana? That's the level of detail that we can provide. Now, if you've taken a test and you have your Y chromosome DNA, your YSTR markers, and haplogroup A, B, or E, then we can tell you where in Africa your paternal lineage is found. Father to father to father to father. So, again, if you have YSTR markers, and you have haplogroup A, B, or L, then we can tell you where you're from specifically on the continent. Now, if another company told you that your Y chromosome wasn't African, we can't make it African. So a lot of times people call and say, well, they told me that my ancestry is European and I want you to do it. If the data says it's European, it's European. And as you know, if you've been following us on these videos, there's a 35% chance that a paternal lineage for a black man will be European or non-African. And so we can't make it something that it's not. But if you're doing your maternal line, you have your mitochondrial DNA data and it's haplogroup L, then we can be much more specific. And on your Y chromosome line, if you're haplogroup A, B, or E, we can be much more specific with that. So there are some instances where we can use other companies' data. So if you're interested in that, then you have to call our office. The telephone number is 202-723-0900. 202-723-0900. You know, that reminds me of when back in the old days when we had commercials and people put their phone numbers on commercials or on the radio, and they always repeated it like 4 times. 202-723-0900. Okay, flashback. All right, so that's what we can do if you have results from another company, but they have to be a very specific kind of result. If you don't have result from another company, we can still help you. Buy an African Ancestry test kit. It's just that simple. It's an amazing experience that's transformative. Unlike the other companies' results, you can share these with everybody in the family, on your mother's side, everyone who descends from your mother's mother's mother. And you know, we have some big families, so that's a lot of people who can share these results, and they're doing that this summer at family reunions. So go ahead and get a test kit. If you don't have the full amount, get your brothers and sisters or your cousins or your aunties to chip in, because everyone's going to share the results. I want to thank you all for sharing the video. That really helps. Oh, my cousin Dawn Page just joined. Shout out to Dawn. Even though she's my cousin, she's been a very strong supporter and champion of African Ancestry. Hey, Dawn. Okay. The second thing I want to talk about is for those of you who've taken the test. That's a great question. Okay, I'll get to that, Rhonda. And it's actually perfect because I was going to talk about this. So Rhonda, as you can see, got her results and opened them on Sunday. Welcome to the family, Rhonda. I know you were waiting to get them and open them. You couldn't find anything on the Bram people from Guinea-Bissau. And so, you know, I know that some of these groups are very small and it's hard to find information on them. And Guinea-Bissau, unfortunately, doesn't have an embassy presence here in the United States. They don't have anything at the UN. So we don't have a connection to the Guinea-Bissau government. But Rhonda, if you log into the online community, the African Ancestry online community, you can find other people who have gotten the same results and have probably done a lot of research. And Ty just sent me a note that the Bram are part of the Balanta people in Guinea-Bissau. So, and I know there's some information about them online. So all the best to you with that. And I hope you're no longer confused and that you're still excited, because we're really happy to have you as part of the family. Okay, so the other part of understanding your results is what do you do when you have more than one ethnic group? Now that happens, right? So sometimes there are people out there who share ancestry with people living in Sierra Leone and Liberia, or people living in Senegal and Sierra Leone, or people living in Nigeria and Cameroon. Or another really common one is people who share ancestry with the Bubi people in Bioko Island and a group, let's say the Hausa in Cameroon. So there are a few things to understand about this. First of all, ethnic groups are social and cultural groupings. So it's very possible that you can have the same genetics but belong to different groups. Let me give you an example. You could be a member of a Baptist church here in DC, right? And then you could have your mother's mother be a member of the United Methodist Church in Chicago. You guys share the same genetics, the same maternal ancestry, but you belong to different groups. So ethnic groups are no different. These borders that we're using today, these present day country segmentations that we follow, are artificially and politically drawn. So what is Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Guinea today? At some point historically, those weren't the delineations. So it's very possible, and it actually isn't even possible, it happens that there are ethnic groups in what are now different countries, but they share the same genetics. I hope that that makes sense to you. But then again, you know, if you just look at a map and you see the borders, then you shouldn't be confused by having more than one group. And here's the best thing about us having such a large database. As you know, we have the largest database of indigenous African lineages in the world. We have over 33,000 indigenous African lineages. Our nearest competitor has 621. And after that, that competitor has 494. So do you want results based on comparison with 33,000 African lineages across 40 countries on the continent that have been specifically selected because of their population's connection to the transatlantic slave trade? Or do you want 494 or 621 samples from regions of the continent? Regions, I don't know, it's up to you. We have what you need. And then the other thing is, because our database is so large, we're able to, I forgot my train of thought, because we're able to give you a highly accurate result, and we tell you the degree of confidence we have in the result. So if we find lineages that match yours among Mende people living in Sierra Leone today, and we find lineages that match yours that are identical to, let's say, the Kru people living in Liberia, we're going to give you both. Because the truth is, you share ancestry with people in both of those groups today. So we tell you what we find, and it's important for us that we can get so specific. So Michael Smith, hi Michael, he's asking, is there a way to get a joint package for maternal and paternal instead of having to buy 2 packages? Well, we offer a discount. So if you purchase both kits, you get $50 off of your order. We still need you to do both tests separately, but we certainly give you a discount and encourage you to get both sides of your family tree. Yes. Oh, thank you for shouting out Tanisha. Yes, she's our Facebook administrator, and you guys met her when we did our group Black Music Month Top 5. I think she selected Somi, Ginger Me Softly, something like that. So yes, Ty, Simone, and Kelly are all very well versed, very knowledgeable, and can answer any questions that you have. If you don't want to call, that's okay. I'm okay with you not calling. We have FAQs on our website. We have a lot of videos online that help you to answer questions you may have. And if you are an African Ancestry family member, you can also go onto the African Ancestry online community. That's a space just for people who wanted to know who they were based on where they're from. They weren't concerned about percentages. They weren't concerned about regions. They wanted to get down to specifics. And so that community is open to you as well, and we encourage you to use it. Clarice, hey Clarice, you check in often. Thank you for being there and checking us out. So that's what I have for you today. We can analyze data that you get from another company if it's a mtDNA lineage with haplogroup L, or if it's a YSTR marker, a set of YSTR markers with haplogroups A, B, and E, or E. And we often find results from multiple countries, in which case we'll tell you all that we find. And hey Karen, shout out to Arizona. I bet you guys are hot out there in the summertime. Woo. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, so whatever I was saying, that's that. Now tomorrow we'll be back. It's our last Facebook Live for Black Music Month. And, you know, we've had some great people. Will Calhoun from Living Color broke it down for us a couple weeks ago. Then we had Quinn Johnson, who's a tap dancer and a body percussionist whose lineage we trace to Sierra Leone. She taught us some stuff too, and is a great resource. We're hoping everybody goes to see her show at Lincoln Center. And tomorrow we have Eric Roberson. Oh my God, I met Eric about 4 years now on the Capital Jazz Super Cruise, and he was one of the first celebrities, that music artists that we revealed on that cruise, and it was amazing. We revealed Eric and Ken Ford, the violinist, and I tell you, man, Eric he quickly became an African Ancestry family favorite. So I only get to see him once a year on the high seas. I'm looking forward to seeing him tomorrow, and for you all to get to meet him. Hopefully you've heard his music. If not, you got 24 hours to go on Spotify or Tidal or iTunes or YouTube and check out Eric Roberson's music, so that when he's on tomorrow at 2, you'll be familiar, and then you can hear what his top 5 jams are. And hey, Cecily, I'm wearing a Simply Cecily dress today, everybody. Shout out to simplycecily.com. And we trace Cecily's maternal lineage to Cameroon. So that was, I don't remember the people. Maybe you can type in your people, Cecily, but I also, you know, I'm a huge fan of simplycecily.com, and every picture you see me in, I'm probably wearing a Simply Cecily dress. In fact, Cecily, I'm going to Essence this weekend to reveal Lonnie Love on the Ford stage. So if there's something you want me to wear, send me a text. Shameless plug. Okay. Oh, somebody said that he got a family tree DNA result and he's haplogroup E. And so, actually, I don't know if you were a he or she, but anyway, we can help you. And so, okay, you guys see it here. Cecily said, oh yeah, I have something for you. So look for me next week. Look for the pictures in my Jammin' Simply Cecily dress or top or pants. She's got it all. She even has little girls' clothes now. Anyway, we can definitely call our office and let us know what your results are, and we'll make sure that we can get that done for you. Cecily was Bamaleke from Cameroon. She has a lot of cousins. There are a lot of, anybody else watching who's Bamaleke? There's a lot of y'all out there. Cameroon definitely represents when it comes to the creative community. Hi Pansy, thanks for checking in. Akila shared our video. Thank you, because that's how we grow, is when you guys share the videos, and then people tune in the next time. So, okay, I gotta go because I got another meeting at 2:30. But I want to make sure that you all come in tomorrow, check in tomorrow. When we have Eric Robeson, we're going to have our technology straight. We're going to have his top 5 jams. We're going to hear all about him and his lovely wife. And her name's Sean, right? His wife, Sean. And they got a rack of little boys. They got a football team over there. So Eric is sure to be a delight. I want to thank you again for checking in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.